agenda is how the data is flowing on. What is your responsibilities? Yesterday, we discussed the role and responsibility, right? Your role is a talent developer and your responsibilities are extract the data from multiple sources and transformations and do the transformation, then finally load the data into the database. And one of the source is extraction the data file. I'll open the file. Meanwhile, let me open. Yeah, this is a file. This is my contact number. Okay. How many records have in this file? Hello, are you there? Rakesh, I'm asking very simple question. How many rows or records? How many records have in this file?
20.
20 or 21?
20.
20. Why not 21? First record is not a data. It's a schema, metadata. Header. Header, right? Okay. You're unable to give that answer at the point of right. Okay. You can chat also. You can reply the chat as well. Once you receive the file, very first step is analyze the file. Once you receive the file, now your responsibilities, your work is going on. Your work is start now. You have received the file. I'm a client. I'm a client to you. I'm sending this file and along with requirement. I'm sending this file along with requirement. Once you received the file, your first analyzation is what in the file they are mentioned the metadata or not. They are mentioned the header or schema or metadata. Okay. I'm a client to you. I'm sending the file to you. And once you received the file, the very first step is analyze the file. Analyze the file. Okay, this file have only 20 records. Okay, you can be analyzing. And in real time, I'm sending the 13 lakhs records file. 13 lakhs records file. You are able to you are not able to read the one by one record, right? It's not possible to read the one by one record while analyzation. So what's points keep to remind? Analyze the file. I'm a client to you. I'm sending this file with 13 lakhs records. Let's assume with 13 lakhs records. Let's assume I'm sending this file. And what is the analyzation part? Your end. Once received the file, very first step is they are mentioned that header or not. In talent perspective, it is called header. In talent perspective, it's a header. But once you received that, they are sending the header or not. Okay, you'll receive the header. Then next analyzation. What is the delimiter? Is this delimiter file or any XML file or JSON file? How can you identify? Delimiter means these are the columns, or also called as attributes, or also called as fields. Columns, someone denotes as a columns, or also called as attributes, or also called as fields, or also called as fields. Columns, attributes are also called as fields. Anything you say. Columns are also called as attributes or fields. They are mentioned in the given file or not, you will be checked. If they are mentioned, source of the data. They are not mentioned and immediately revert back to the my given file. Haven't mentioned the header. Kindly mention the header and send the file. Send the fresh file. There send the fresh files. Okay. The next analyzation is what is a delimiter? What is the delimiter? Delimiter means the two columns between one value is called a delimiter. That between the two columns have one value, right? is called the delimiter. It's a comma delimiter file. It's a comma delimiter file. Sometimes have the semicolon delimiter file. Sometimes you receive the pipe delimiter file. Sometimes you will be receive the dollar delimiter files, and you will be identified what is the delimiter. And next identification. Is this is a JSON file? No. Is this is a XML file? No. Is this is a Excel file? No. It's a CSV file, comma separated value file. Comma separated value file. This is a comma separated value file, CSV file, text file. How to read the data? How to read the schema? This is in our local. How to bring this file into Talent? How to bring this file into Talent? Okay. Till now clear? Any question? Any doubt? Till now clear, right? I'm a client to you. I'm a client to you. I'm sending this file to you. And once you receive the file, just very initial step. They are provided the header or not, and what is the delimiter. That's it. They are provide header or not, and what is the delimiter. What is the delimiter? Okay. Then next, how to bring this file in local to Talent. This is our Talent, right? In local to Talent. That's me. How to bring this file from local to Talent. If we are in any errors while transformations, how to resolve the errors, how to trace the error, how to trace the bug also, we'll see today's class, today's session. And we are maintain one WhatsApp group. And after registration, let me know. You have my number, right? You don't have my number, and I'll give the number to you just in message in chat. I'll bring the number. After registration, once let me know. I'll add your number in my WhatsApp group, in Talent group. Okay. You have any doubts, I'll easily communicate. Okay, this is a Talent window. Talent window, desktop, Talent desktop. Let me describe the desktop. Let me describe the desktop. You will put 2 years of experience. The very first question they're asking, or the huge requirement in 3 scenarios they're asking the describe the talent window. Very first scenario is you have the 2 years of experience in switch to one domain to another domain, or fresher to having the 2 years of experience. Asking the first question is let me describe the talent. Let me describe the talent. That is one scenario. And the second scenario, it's having the huge requirement also. At least the candidate know the talent tool. At least the candidate know the talent tool in that scenario. And the third scenario is, at least the candidate know about the desktop, talent desktop. At least they are giving the KT. At least you are also able to identify while giving the KT. This is the window. In this window, what is this window? What is this window? They are giving the KT. Communication is the different, right? They are using the words. So in such scenarios, they are asking the describe the talent window. Okay, this first window, this is called repository window. This is called repository window. And in the repository window, all the jobs are saving in the repository window. The meaning of repository window means all the jobs, our code is saving in repository window. Our code is saved in repository window. The next, this window is called designer space, designer window. Our jobs are designed this window. And this window is a palette window, is called palette, P-A-L-L-E-T-T-E, palette window. All the components are available in palette window. And this is an outline window or code viewer window. And whatever, while designing, we are taking the some components, right? All the components are visible here. That not that much of important linked. And this is a configuration window. In configuration window, we have 4 tabs: job tab, context tab, component tab, and run tab. Now entire the desktop is empty, right? Entire the desktop is empty. Now let's see, design one job, job design. Right click, select this one, right click, create the job, give the job name, J underscore. The job names also in real time, J underscore. The starts with job underscore, J underscore. How the data is flowing on. Just today agenda is how the data is flows from source to target. Yes, now see all the pop-ups, all windows are pop-ups, right? Now delete this one. We can also delete demo job, right? Okay, this will not clear. Empty recycle. Okay. Now metadata and file delimited. It's already have some files. Okay, not it cleared. Empty recycle bin. File delimited. Create file delimited. Job. Give the file name. How to bring the file, right? We are reading the file from local Windows to Talent. We have 4 steps. Very first step is give the file name. Very first step is give the file name. Very first step is give the file name, demo file. Very first step is give the file name. The next step, it's automatically pop up and browse the file. Where is the file? Browsing? Our file is in star.star. Star.star. All files are visible. This is our file demo. Then open and click on next. Second step is browse the file. First step is file name. Second step is browse the file. And third step, what is the separator? What is the column separator? What is the column separator? Comma, right? Select the comma. Each and everything by selecting the options to develop the jobs, to deploy the jobs. Then this file have that header. This is a header, right? This file have the header. Refresh. It comes as a tabular format. Then click on next. And one more beauty of the Talent is Talent automatically gets the schema. Talent automatically gets the schema. Just increase the length here. Then click on finish. Yep. One step completed, right? Now drag and drop the job, drag and drop the file. Select this one, drag and drop it. Select the component name, T file input delimited. Which component is helpful to read the file? It is also one question. Parallelly, I am giving the training with interview questions. And each and every option, why it is used, and And in this option, what are the interview questions you will be faced? So I'm asking the question, I'm giving that tips to you, and let me. So which component is helpful? Each and every component. Which component is helpful to read the file? What is the component name? T file input delimited, right? Let's see. Again, I drag and drop, select this one, and I drop it. In these are the input files. These are the some of the option. Leave it. And we want T file input delimited. Select the T file input delimited. With help of this component, we are reading the file. Okay. Then next, this is our source, and the target is database. This is our target. TRKL output. The data flows from left to right. We are writing on the notes, right? Left to right, left hand to right, left hand side to right hand side. Here also the data is flows from left to right. This is a extraction and loading. In between transformation. That's it, simple. Extract, transform, load. What is the requirement? Let's see. What is the requirement? In this file, in this file, I want department number 10 records. In this file, I want the department number 10 records. Department number 10 records, right? Okay. So for that extraction of that, we have one more component introducing filter. Filter. T filter row. This component is helpful to extraction. For extraction, how many components are using for extraction? For transformation purpose. Sorry, for the transformation purpose, how many components we will be learned? Very simple. Very simple. Well, let's see processing components, right? Okay. Processing. Where is the processing? Yeah, processing components. You need to learn only these components. You need to learn only these components. Out of these, for transformation purpose, extraction only the component is T file out, T file out, T input file, T file input delimited. Loading dot database. For transformation purpose, how many components need to learn? Only these components. And out of these also, mostly widely used in talent perspective. Widely used in talent perspective. This is the one component. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. You will be learn 7 components thoroughly. You will be survive in the job very easy, and you will be get the job also very easy. But practice is important. Based on these 7 important components, I'll design number of scenarios. Important SQL questions. Number of scenarios. Based on that number of scenarios, I designed number of scenarios. Is all these scenarios in our training? You will be learn all these scenarios based on these 7 components on number of scenarios. Okay. Then next, this your requirement is filter department number 10 records, right? In SQL, you are good in SQL. Write the where condition, where department number equal to 10. I am not good in SQL. I am very poor in SQL. I am unable to understand the SQL language. I am unable to remember this one. Every time I forgot. So don't worry, talent will take care of everything. You just call the components and design the job, call the components and run the job. That's it. Just see. Row. Select this one icon. This icon is called component. This icon is called component. This icon is called component. Extraction, transformation, and loading. Small ETL job. Extract, transform, loading. Okay, select this icon, right click, row, main, and giving the connection. Okay, how to configure this one? Double click this one. Which column you want to configure? Department number, right? Department number. What is the value? 10. That's it. Talent will take care of everything. Row, filters. And double click, give that configuration here, just give the table name. Just give the table name. Table name, right? Demo table. And action on table, I'll be explain each and every option. As of now, I'm explaining the. I selected the drop table if exist and create. Now run the job. Double B. Here also we have one run button. Oh, job is failure. Why? Run console. Oh, unable to create initial for the segment table space system. My database having some issues. This is only my issue because I'm taking the number of classes every day. So full of my database, unable to create initial content for the segment table space system. Okay, take one more connection. This will be delete. Okay, this one also delete. Take connection, one more connection, fresh connection. It will be working then. To give the connection also very simple. Very first step is give the connection name. And second step, select the database, Oracle with service name, and give the credentials, login, password, and server. I'll give that all credentials for your lifelong credentials. Then check the connection. Connection successful. Click on OK. Just finish. Okay, I try to the Oracle output and configure. Give the table one, tab one, action on table, drop table if exists and create. Now save the job. This is a save button. Control plus also fine. This is also save button. Clear and run. Yeah, job ran successful. How many records as per the requirement? What is that? Demo file. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records, right? Here also having 5 records. 5 records. Okay. 5 records. Talent will take care. For cross verification, you have done your job and do that unit testing. As developer and also we'll do the testing. That's called unit testing. Copy this one. Select the strap from table. 5 records, right? That's it. Okay. This is a source file. Extract the data, transform the data, and load into the database. And one more, very important. It is a null. This column is null. Save the file. Now run the job. We'll see. We don't know one of the column is null, but you are unable to identify it. Let's see, job ran successful. 4 records. And here also 4 records. 4 records. But this is not a proper way. And how to do this one, how to handle the null values in high level validations. This is your source file, right? This is your source file. And in the source file have one of the column is null. One of the column is null. I'm giving that this column. Okay. Save the file. Okay, this column is null. Let's see how to handle the null values. as per requirement, the customer wants department number 10 records only. The customer wants, we are passing the nulls. Without nulls, we are giving the data. And what about that remaining records? We are receiving the 20 records. Finally, load the 55 records only. What about that remaining 15 records? Remaining 15 records also need to be consolidated. So these remaining 15 records also load into that one more table. A row rejects. This is what exactly happened in talent. Double click, rejected records. Reject records and drop table. If exists and clear, now clear and run the job. In source file, we have 15, 20 records. As per that expectation, 5 records are loaded and remaining records are, these are rejected records. Okay, copy this table name. Copy this table name and paste it. Yeah, these are the remaining records. Remaining records. Error message is it's failed. Condition failed. Condition department number 10. Condition failed. This is error records. Okay. And here having one null also. One null also. So how to handle the nulls? I don't want this null values. I don't want to null record. I don't want the null record. So what do you do? I'm introducing one more component here. Remove this one. This is a one simple scenario. Simple scenario for understanding the data flow of data, extraction the file, transform the file, and load into the database. And high level validations. And before going to that high level validation, null values. High level validation means handle the nulls. And before going to the high level validations, if you are facing any null, if you are facing any error, how to do? Like for example, I want this previously we are integer, we are identified, right? We are extracting integer data. Now I want to Hyderabad location data. I want Hyderabad records data. So location is, column is location and value is Hyderabad. Okay. Double click. Department number 10. Press I want Hyderabad data. HYD. Same. The value we should be same. Copy and paste it here. Paste. Okay. Now run the job. Job is failure. HYD cannot be, this is already a variable. I'm very poor to understand the logs. I'm very poor to understand the log. I'm very poor to understand the log. But how to trace this bug? In this component having the bug, how to trace the bug? Then click on code. Click on code. Here, some yellow color button and pink color buttons, right? And just click on pink color button. Where you gave that Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a, the data type is string. So you will not be compared to that equal to. So then what do you do? Just put on designer, go to the designer, double click here, and it's a string value, right? Give the double quotes. Double quotes. Here you give that HYD. Now run the job. Now run the job. Let's see. What is the table name? These are the rejected records. These are the rejected records. And as per our expectation, department number 10 records and HYD records. Is it satisfied the condition or not? Okay. And Department number 10 records, Hyderabad location. Department number 10 records, Hyderabad location, right? Department number 10 records and Hyderabad location. This is a small ETL job. A small ETL job. And extract the data and transform the data and then load into the data into the database. And while loading the database also, the condition, not satisfied the condition, not expecting the condition, and those records also load into that another database. This is a ETL developer activity, duty, responsibility of the ETL developer. Just your responsibility is, your role is a talent developer, and your responsibilities is extract the data from multiple sources, and one of the sources is a file. And further classes we'll discuss one of how to extract the data from database and the FTP and cloud and API, all this, and transform the data as per that business requirement, business understandization, business standardization. As per the requirement, transform the data, then load into the database. And while extracting the data, you have only 2 to 3 classes are enough. While loading the data also, you have only 2 to 3 classes are enough. And for the transformation, enter the 45 days. And for the transformations, and these are the main core components using for the transformations. And these are the number of scenarios I designed for the transformations. And while for interview perspective and real-time perspective, you will be fully knowledgeable. And transformations are nearly taking the 30 classes of the transformations, and remaining as data warehouse concepts and mock interviews and project explanation and everything. Each and every class is important, and each and every scenario is important, and each and every option also important. How this is option, where it is used, when it is used. If you are learning a tool, let me remember, if you are learning Talent or Informatica or whatever, any ETL tool, each and every option is very important here. Each and every option is learn, very important. How the option is using, when the option is using, where the option is using, why, when, where. To understand this, I design more scenarios. Each and every scenario, and you will be able to understand also each and every scenario. You should also need to be practice. And number of daily assignments also I'll provide it to you. Okay. This is a flow. The workflow is, this is a workflow happens in real time. And high level validations, let's discuss further classes, how to do that high level validations. You will be confusing the very first class only. Okay. Any questions? Any class questions? Oh, any doubt? Any confusion? No doubt, no confusion, no cross questions. Huh? Are you able to understand? Till now clear? If yes, show the thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, with this only a single tool, will I get job, or do you need any extra tools need to learn?
No. No need to extra any other packages to learn.
Okay.
Only this is the enough. I'm providing the SQL knowledge also parallelly.
Okay. I think there's a with the talent cloud also is there, right?
Yes, Talent Cloud.
But I mean, previously we told with this tool also we cannot. I mean, we can connect to the cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloud also, we can get the data from clouds also. How to integrate the data from cloud, that's also we'll discuss.
Okay. So we can connect to like a Snowflake also. We can connect with this one also.
How to connect the database, Oracle database, same to connect the Snowflake also. For the configurations, I have that these Oracle database configurations, right? In real time, they'll provide that configurations to that Snowflake. See, create the Snowflake. They'll provide that all these credentials, and the talent admin guy will provide the, all these admins, all these credentials, and you will be passed the data. Just load the database into the see T Snowflake, right? This and T Snowflake output. Double click this component. If your target is Snowflake, here also same account number, user ID, password, what is the warehouse, and schema. They'll give the all this and a table name. What is the database? And give the table name and schema. And here already I designed, right? I already configured this one. Host name, database, port number, schema, and I provided the table. And provided the table. And Redshift. Redshift also have one database site, Redshift output. Whatever the database configurations are, they'll provide the configuration just to give the table name. Just to give the table name here. Action on table. Action on table also same. What is the action on table options is visible here. And same action on table options also visible here as well. Whatever the database you are using, just load the data into the database. Configurations, they will give that configurations. The next.
Do we need to learn any scripting language for this job?
Do you need to learn?
I mean, any script to automate jobs?
Nothing.
Like shell scripting or Python scripting for automation?
No. We are not yet used any Python code and Java codes. No. No programming language is not required. Zero coding. It's completely zero coding, Rakesh. It's completely zero coding. We are not required any programming language.
Actually, previously I saw openings for talent developer. They are asking DevOps, CI/CD also. You know how it works with the talent.
That's depend on previous application. How we are bring the data from application end, right? For application, what that their tools are using. From ETL's perspective, also they are using the pipeline, the project pipeline based on the different project pipelines. Not all the project pipelines. All the project pipelines are extraction the data. We are receiving the data from two files and transform the data in ETL to talent and load the data into the database. Most of the projects are. Yeah, tomorrow is the installation class. If you are interested and attend the installation class, and regular classes will be going on from tomorrow onwards.
Daily timings 9 to 10.
9 to 10. 9 to 10.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining. Tomorrow will be the same time.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.